Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Rumor predicts why Cowboys will lose coach Target Vrabel. Maybe it will all end up being a moot point. Maybe Dallas Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy earns a contract extension from owner Jerry Jones and America's team marches securely into 2025. But for the moment? Just as Bill Belichick was certainly a consideration here at some level, so might be Mike Vrabel, a top Belichick disciple. And if Dallas wants Vrabel? It might miss out, just as it did with Belichick, and in a very similar manner. Ryan Day is still the head coach at Ohio State, but rumors suggest his job security might depend on how the Buckeyes fare in the college playoffs. And if Ohio State fails? Mike Vrabel, a Buckeyes legend as a player with skins on the wall as an NFL player, for Belichick's Patriots, and as an NFL head coach, with the Titans, will be a top candidate there per ESPN's Dan Graziano. Belichick jumped from being an NFL legend to moving to the University of North Carolina. Why wouldn't his protege Vrabel consider doing the same? Some of what ESPN is doing here might be reporting at the same time, and as is too often the case, some of it seems like gossip. Example? ESPN analyst Dan Orlovsky said Vrabel is spoken for this coaching cycle. But Orlovsky is saying no more. If that is indeed true? Because the Cowboys have no clear decision yet, the clear path that Orlovsky mentions doesn't figure to lead to Dallas. Carl Lawson's resurgence, an important piece of Cowboys' pass rush. Micah Parsons and Osa Odigizua rightfully get a lot of attention and recognition for what they bring to the Cowboys' pass rush. But don't forget about Carl Lawson, who is healthy and playing some of his best football yet. I think the last couple weeks, I'm starting to see me getting back to what my true form is, Lawson said. And I honestly think there's a lot more that I can reach, so every day I'm just trying to strive to get to that place. Cowboys defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer said on Monday that Lawson played his best game of the season in Dallas' 30-14 win over the Carolina Panthers on Sunday, where he recorded his 5th sack of the season, tied for second on the team behind Parsons. Lawson has always been a high-end player, but injuries have limited him from consistently playing at a high level. A 5-star recruit and number 1 ranked edge rusher in the class of 2013, Lawson went on to have a fantastic true freshman season at Auburn with 20 tackles and 4 sacks, before a torn ACL kept him out of the 2014 season and a hip injury limited his 2015 season. Finally, in 2016 he was a first-team All-American with 9 sacks and 13.5 tackles for loss before being selected in the 4th round of the 2017 NFL Draft by the Cincinnati Bengals. Unfortunately, the injury misfortune continued in the NFL too. Following a rookie season with the Bengals that included 8.5 sacks, Lawson tore his ACL in Week 8 of the 2018 season. 3 years later, after signing a 3-year, $45 million deal with the New York Jets, he ruptured his Achilles tendon and missed the entire 2021 season. Ever since then, he's worked to get back to the level he was playing at before the Achilles tear. Explosive, fast, technical, and not really thinking, and just healthy, I think that's where I'm at my best, Lawson said. There was a time right before I tore my Achilles where I was pretty damn near unstoppable, and I've just been working ever since to try to get back to that. It's been a tough road. The 2024 season with the Cowboys was the first time that Lawson had ever spent time on a practice squad in his NFL career. It was an odd feeling considering how established he had made himself when healthy, but Lawson proved to himself that he wasn't a quitter during the process. It's a very humbling but beautiful experience, because you get to sit there and just start from scratch again, Lawson said. Very few people get that opportunity in the NFL, and I'm very thankful that I got that opportunity here. Part of the opportunity that Lawson has gotten in Dallas has been to play alongside and learn from Parsons, and he's been impressed with what the All-Pro brings to the table. Very explosive, very instinctual, you can see it in his personality, Lawson said of Parsons. It translates very much to the field. He is his play, and he's very authentic with how he goes about his play. He is a lion in a sense, that's just how he is. While he doesn't necessarily try to copy certain players' moves for himself, he does pick off and learn from the players around him, and recognizes what being able to do that with an elite pass rusher like Parsons can do for his game as well. I think it'd be foolish to not watch great players and try to learn from them, Lawson said. I don't think it's beneficial to just sit there and let it happen, and watch and not learn. And don't get it twisted. Parsons and Odigizua get a lot of attention from opposing teams, but even when they don't, Lawson can still win his fair share of battles too. No disrespect to them, I don't feel like it was kind of one of those things. I think we each can win our one-on-one matchups. Lawson said when asked if attention to Parsons and Odigizua has opened things up for him. I think it definitely helps, because everybody has their attention on Micah, but I do believe I have the ability to win my one-on-one without attention being diverted anywhere else. The impact that Lawson has had may be unexpected for some, but he knew the entire time he could and would play at this level again. It was only a matter of time. It's a blessing. I knew it was going to happen because I've never taken this game for granted. It was just circumstances that I couldn't control, Lawson said. I just need to be in the right environment and in the right place. I knew eventually I would get here, I just didn't know when. Will Trey Lance and Cooper Rush both choose to leave Cowboys? Cooper Rush has filled in for Dak Prescott once again and done a solid job in reserve, but will he or Trey Lance continue with the Dallas Cowboys once his contract expires in the offseason? Frisco, the musings of Trey Lance slotting in behind Dak Prescott as the Dallas Cowboys' number 2 quarterback are now a far distant memory from the teen's time at training camp. Lance has not taken a snap since the preseason, and it has been Cooper Rush filling in since Prescott went down with a season-ending hamstring injury. Rush has gone 3-3 this season with some solid performances combined with some rough moments as well. If the Cowboys were still in the race for a spot in the NFC playoffs, he may grade lower, but he has been satisfactory in getting this team to the end of the 2024 season. Now the conversation as to who backs up the starting quarterback is of little not elsewhere in the league. But the odd Lance saga, combined with Prescott's injury, make this an item of note for Dallas in the 2025 campaign. Rush and Lance are both set to hit the free agent market this offseason. The Cowboys declined the 5th year on Lance's rookie deal, and Rush's 2-year deal is set to expire. The first question is if either will be in high demand for another team. Positionally, a move elsewhere would be a lateral one for Rush with potentially more money. Rush is a veteran quarterback who can take care of the ball, but does not wow on the tape. Lance has an intriguing skill set, but has not really showcased much of anything since his time in Dallas. He may still be in a developmental spot if he leaves the Star. Turning to the Cowboys' needs, they will want a good insurance policy in the case that Prescott suffers another injury. He has sustained 2 season-ending injuries in the last 5 years and missed considerable time in a third. For the right price, the best option would be Rush, who has played a decent sample in Mike McCarthy's offense and is familiar with the position. Rush has essentially established that he's a $2 million a year guy or something just above that. Lance has some familiarity, but the team's hesitation to give him a chance down the stretch or award him the original backup spot leaves serious doubt about their long-term interest for him. Lance has established nothing in terms of his future contract. If they retain neither, the Cowboys still need to shore up the number 2 job behind Prescott before the 2025 season. Hopefully, luck falls more on their side next time around and Prescott can stay on the field, making the conversation of his understudy an afterthought. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Trey Lance? Leave your opinion in the comments.